Namaste students. Today I will explain you one of the very interesting stories. This is one of the popular stories taken from Jonathan Swift's Gulliver's Travels. Now, do you know when a person tells the story of his life in his own words, it is called an autobiography. So, this is a story about Gulliver, who was a sailor and was once caught in the land of giants. This is how he describes his experience. As Gulliver goes on 4 different voyages, this story is about the second voyage. In this sea voyage, he finds himself along with his companions in the land of Brobdingnag. So now, what happens when Gulliver, along with his companions, discovers a land? Their captain sends them to search for water. But to their surprise, they find no river, no spring, nor any inhabitants. So Gulliver further goes on to explore the land, and he finds that the country is barren and rocky. Then Gulliver turns back to join the crew. He sees his companions getting into the boat and rowing for life to get to the ship. But what happens? Before Gulliver could reach them, he sees a huge creature walking after them as fast as he could. The creature was so huge that the water of the ocean reached only till his knees. However, the monster is unable to overtake the speeding boat. When Gulliver says all this, he turns back quickly and climbs up a steep hill with field of barley on either side and corn rising up to 40 feet. As there was a fence to pass from one field to the other, it was impossible for him to climb because every step was 6 feet high. Now, Gulliver tries to find a gap in the hedge, but what he finds is that one of the inhabitants in the next field is walking towards the field. Even his size was same as the one who was chasing the boat. Gulliver feels very scared and runs to hide himself. The voice of this inhabitant is very loud like a trumpet and sounded like thunder. Now Gulliver sees 7 monsters, more like him, coming towards the field to reap the corn. They carry a very big reaping hook. When one of the reapers approaches where Gulliver hides, he screams as loud as he can. The creature stops reaping and picks him up between his thumb and forefingers and brings him close to his eyes, 60 feet above the ground. The creature looks at him with curiosity and blows his hair aside to get a better view of his face. He calls his friends and gently keeps him on the ground, and all of them sit on the ground to take a good look at him. Gulliver slowly walks backwards and forward, pulls off his hat and makes a bow towards the farmers. He tries to speak to them loudly in different languages, and each time the farmer who picks him up holds his ear very close to him, but is in vain. The farmer takes him to his house and places him on the dining table, which is 30 feet high. Dinner is brought for the farmer in a dish, which is 10 feet in diameter. The farmer's wife crumbles some bread and keeps in front of Gulliver. Suddenly, in the middle of the dinner, he hears a noise behind him. It was the purring of a cat that was 10 times larger than an ox. The farmer's wife strokes him. Then enters the farmer's 1-year-old son in the arms of a lady. When the child sees Gulliver, he grabs him from the table and puts his head into his mouth. And then Gulliver shouts so loudly that the baby drops him. Gulliver's neck would have broken if the child's mother had not held her apron under him. Later, she puts Gulliver on her own bed and covers him with a clean white handkerchief. And Gulliver sleeps dreaming of his home, his wife, and children. So, children, I hope you have liked and also enjoyed the story. Thank you.